Chapter 24 Forms of Government. In a society, people are dependent upon each other for the fulfillment of their needs. This interdependence can give rise to conflicts due to clash of interests. The most powerful would be able to dominate over the less powerful. It is for this reason that society has laid down certain rules. The government is the agency which enacts and enforces these rules upon society. The constitution of a country lays down the rules by which a country is to be governed. The government executes these laws. Levels of government. The government generally has a vast territory to look after and decisions to make on every possible issue. Hence, it becomes difficult for the government to operate from a single point. It has to divide its task at various levels: the national or central level, the state level, and the local level. The highest level of government is the central level, which relates to the entire country. The next is the state-level government, which covers an entire state like Bihar or Rajasthan. The local level means the government in your village, locality, town or city. These three levels of the government make it easy to govern a vast country like India. Forms of government: democratic and authoritarian. Democratic and non-democratic or authoritarian governments are classified on the basis of popular accountability as an important criterion. A democratic government is that form of government in which the people rule themselves through their representatives. It is based on three basic principles: individuals' rights, equality, and liberty. Democratic form of government is always answerable to the people. It is a government of the people and for the people. An authoritarian government is one which is based on force and not on people's will. Another name of the authoritarian government is dictatorship. The whole authority of the state is with the dictator. In an authoritarian government, people have no say in the process of government. Forms of democratic government: parliamentary and presidential government. The differences between the parliamentary and the presidential forms of government is primarily based on the relationship between the executive and the legislature and the extent to which they are dependent or independent on each other. Under the presidential system, the legislature and executive are separate, while in the parliamentary form, the executive emerges from the legislature. The parliamentary system is characterized by fusion of powers and the presidential system by separation of powers. Unitary and federal government. Governments can also be classified as unitary or federal. In a federal form of government, power is divided between the center and the states. This division of power lies with the Constitution. In India, the Constitution has given the center more power than the states. That is why we say that India is federal with a unitary bias. A unitary form of government is one in which all power is centralized under one central government. Constitution. The Constitution is a body of basic rules which states as to how the government of a country works. It also assigns functions to various arms of the government. Thus, the Constitution is a fundamental legal document. Written and unwritten constitutions. A written constitution becomes necessary for many reasons. A state that comes into existence as a result of drastic change, maybe a revolution or freedom from colonial rule, finds it necessary to start afresh with the desired form of government. The Constitution of India is an example of written constitution. The British Constitution is the classic example of an unwritten constitution. Starting far back with the Magna Carta in the year 1215 and the Glorious Revolution of 1688, the laws and institutions have gradually evolved over the centuries. There is no signed document of the British Constitution. Flexible and rigid constitutions. Rigidity and flexibility of a constitution is reflected in process of amendment as well as in complex set in institutions provided in it. Written constitutions have tendency to be somewhat rigid insofar as they provide for a specific procedure of amendment. The British political system allows for a change in its constitution by means of laws passed by the Parliament. It does not make any distinction between an ordinary law and a constitutional law. Changes can be brought about by laws of Parliament which are supreme. Franchise. The word franchise, when applied to elections, means the right of a citizen to vote. Universal adult franchise means that all adult citizens have a right to the franchise. The vote enables citizens to choose the persons who will represent them in the state assemblies at elections which are held for this purpose. The Universal Declaration of Human Rights was adopted by the United Nations by unanimous vote in 1948. In Article 21 of the Declaration, the franchise is defined as human rights. Today, in most democracies, the right to vote is granted as a birthright without discrimination with regard to race, ethnicity, class, or gender.